said so long, carry on, 'cause the devil wants to take me for a ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good because I just went for a run in the woods. Not because I woke up and was like, oh, I'm going to go for a run in the woods. It's because I went for a walk in the woods and I forgot that the woods was filled with black flies. Which, if you're not familiar with, are way more violent and aggressive than white flies. Hey, we have fun here, right? Don't we? Is that what we do, guys? We have fun here? Hey. Well, I'll be honest, whenever you say black, whatever animal, it's usually you think more fearsome. Except for black bears, right? I feel like that's the only time. Like, black bears are the pussy bear in all actuality. Black bears and panda bears are the bitch bears. Brown bears are more aggressive. So there you go. It's not always that way, ladies and gentlemen. Not always. I'm so used to mosquitoes, where mosquitoes will follow you, right? A mosquito will follow you, and then you can just outwalk them. Because the only mosquitoes that bite you are the females. Male mosquitoes do not bite. They just go around getting nectar and other nonsense. Because female mosquitoes do not eat blood. The blood is necessary for fertilizing their eggs. They use the protein in your blood to basically create a source of nutrients for their eggs, which explains why they don't have the determination to follow you for long periods of time, because they're women. And they're fucking lazy. Oh, baby. Whereas black flies just enjoy a good fucking blood lunch, and they will follow you nonstop. These two flies followed me for the entire 30 minutes that I was in the woods, and one of the fucking cunts bit me in the face. Oh man, I gotta be honest, I gotta give it to him. Good bite, solid bite, right to the face. What's going on in the world, man? I guess there was a building collapse down in Florida. That sucks, man. I'm sorry if you were in that building. You're probably not listening to this podcast, I imagine. You have bigger things to worry about. Although if a building was going to collapse, Florida just seems like the place for it to happen, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I'm just going to be honest. That seems like some Florida shit. Interestingly enough, China has been covering this on their state-sponsored news nonstop. China is all over the building collapse that happened in Florida, and they're not covering the fact that there was a fire at a martial arts building, studio, whatever you want to call it, in China that resulted in 100 deaths. Or maybe it's not 100 deaths. I don't know. It was a lot. It was enough that even the Chinese are like, hey, why are we focused on this American thing and not our own bullshit? And it's so relieving to watch another country pull the bullshit that we pull as Americans. That is the most American thing ever, to point our finger at another country and go, look at this. Look at these third world crumb bums, huh? Look at them. How often do we do that as Americans, where we're always showing that 100 people died in a stampede in India, which is very much an Indian disaster. You know what? I will guess. You want to know how you live in a shitty country, or your country's third world as opposed to first world? Do people die in stampedes? That's such a no one. I've never heard 50 dead in Swedish stampede. You've never heard stampede in Tokyo, 300 dead. It's always 80 dead in stampede in Kuala Lumpur. 40 die in Bangladeshi stampede. Oh man, it really, that and mudslides. I don't know what it is, guys, but mudslides just, I don't know why they're not having mudslides in first world countries. Those are the two. But more often than not, you read, building collapse in Istanbul, 40 dead. And then you don't hear about, bridge collapse in Idaho, even though we have terrible infrastructure, because why would we highlight? You know what it is? It's like when your relationship sucks, right? You're in a failing relationship, things aren't going well, you don't get pussy from your woman anymore, shit ain't working out, and what happens? You when you go to a cookout, whatever, and you see someone else fighting with their wife, and then you're on the ride home and you're like, can you believe Mark and Susan? Oh my God. And then you and your wife or your girlfriend bond over the fact that at least you're not them. Oh my God, can you believe it? Mark was drunk and Susan was slurring her speech because she took 3 Klonopins. Meanwhile, you're about to go home and sleep in separate rooms. That's what America does on the news. That's what we do. We point our finger and we go, hey, look at fucking Venezuela, you fucking bums. People out here waiting in line for goods. Meanwhile, I turn on the news in America and there's a line of people in Oakland punching each other in the face over a spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes. Like we don't videotape Americans beating the piss out of each other every year over waiting in line over Tickle Me Elmos. We have poor, stupid, uneducated degenerates fighting over consumerism every year on Black Friday, as if you can't buy shit online. Look at these people fighting over things they need to survive. Meanwhile, we only fight and wait in bread lines over soul-sucking consumeristic goods, and then we wonder why we can't pay our rent. It's fucking, who are we? Where the fuck do we get off? Huh? Pointing our fingers. And it's so fun to watch China do it for a change. Because you go, this was us. China is over here with some burnt up, crispy Chinese people, still charred to the core. And they're pointing their finger going, hey, look at these stupid fucking... That shows us we're not on top anymore, boys and girls. Because China is using America the way we used the third world. Like, look at these fucking donkeys. Look at these American donkeys. Their building fell apart. Was there a tornado? No. Earthquake? Nope. Tsunami? Nah. Hurricane? No. What was it? Nothing. The building was just standing there, and the building couldn't handle standing up anymore because too many fat fucking Americans were in it. Dude, if I was Chinese state-sponsored news media, that's exactly how I would title the article. American building collapses because Americans are too fucking fat. Americans. We don't know if steel will melt with jet fuel in American buildings, but we know one thing. it'll bend under the weight of an American fucking tank ass. Oh boy. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, it's nice to see. Oh boy, it's like when America points their fingers at other countries committing genocide. People go, "What happened to them Indians?" And we go, that was different. It's like China's like pointing their finger at America. Look at you, and you go, "What about them Uyghurs?" And we go, "Whoa, hold you, park your horses there, buddy. That's different." Yeah. Yep, it really is just fucked up relationships where people point at other, like, look at your marriage, and you're like, hey, what about your marriage? And whoa, that's different there, buddy. Hey, it's different when I don't fuck my wife. I just saw like a Chinese, oh God, we're gonna lose so bad. We're over here worried about fucking pronouns and diversity and other just we're worried about offending people, like whatever. Who's Millis? I don't know how to say his name. Is saying that white supremacy is the greatest threat to the U.S. military. Is it Millis? Is it, or is it that young people are fat? They can only interact with each other through social media. They're weak. And their greatest fear is being offended, and they're all affected by anxiety. Dude, I matched with a younger girl on a dating app, and we were talking, and I go, all right, this is working out. Why don't I give you a call? And she goes, oh, well, you need to text me before you call because I'm a zillennial, and I have anxiety, and I just can't handle a random phone call. And I go, Jesus, man, like, Mike, how bad do you want this pussy, Mike? And I go, not enough to put up with this. I have AIDS. Like, young me would have been like, oh yeah, but old me was just like, what? Excuse me? You just like, write off your anxiety based on your generation? What is, no. Anyway, China's gonna kick her ass. I saw this film that they put out for their soldiers marching through the street. And, it's like a military parade, and their grand leader comes down, and it says, China will protect freedom around the world. And I go, wait a minute, China, that's our line. Fuck you. Get your own excuse for imperialism, okay? Our excuse is freedom. And it's, oh man, it's so funny when you see someone else do it. Like, China. We're raping Africa for freedom. Fuck. They learn from the best. What are you going to do? The student has become the teacher. Anyway, enough about China. I had a good week, dude. I took mushrooms and I went to Bike Week in Laconia, New Hampshire. That was, oh, baby. I've never been to Bike Week. My cousins came up, and it was supposed to be a big one because they didn't do it last year because of COVID. And it's like a biker rally. It's nowhere near as big as that one in Sturgis. I know there's one down in like the Carolinas. There's one up in upstate New York that is it's like on a private ground that gets wild. Now this one in Laconia, New Hampshire is the oldest in America. It used to be, everyone would be like, oh dude, you can go there and see titties, because biker girls you'd be like, show me your tits, and they'd lift up their tops and show you titties. And I know this because when I was a teenager, I remember going through my dad's VHS sets for like old videos of me as a baby, and I found Bike Week, in the 80s. They went like 87 or whatever when I was just 1 year old. And the video starts out with them down my uncle's grandmother's place, that was up here in New Hampshire. And my mom's in the room with me as a baby, and then my uncle pulls out a bag of weed and goes, I get the funny stuff. And then it cuts to, like, my dad points the camera at my mother. She picks me up, brings me in the other room. And then it cuts to my aunt sparking a joint. And I was like, I remember watching this as a teenager and going, you motherfuckers do smoke weed. Like, I've been, what? Like, you fucking hypocritical motherfuckers. And then it cuts to them getting fucked up. And then my fucking my dad's cousin, who was like an uncle to me, is taking a piss, in the bathroom, but the door's open, and then my dad brings a camera over to him, and he goes, "What's going on in there?" And then he turns and shakes his dick at my dad, and I go, "Wow, I wasn't expecting to see this." And it's one of those moments where you realize that your older generation of your family were a bunch of garbage people just like you are. And then it cuts to my dad and my uncle and, my dad's cousin and some of their friends down at Bike Week getting wrecked. They're in a bar. My dad is like got this big bulky VHS camera, and he's in the bar. He's videotaping people, and it's funny. Like back then, everyone could be more rambunctious on camera because they knew it wasn't going on the internet. So there wasn't this whole fuck you attitude of someone filming them, because it was just like, hey, this. Or whatever. This like we're like, who cares if we act like animals? It's just gonna be in this fucking loser with his VHS tape is just gonna be sitting there spanging it to it later. It was like, this is just gonna be this for this one creep, not for international creeps. Damn, has video changed? Wow. And he's in a bar, and this girl he's like, "Show me your tits," and this chick keeps flashing, showing their tits. And like she's pretty flat chested, nothing. But her fat biker boyfriend keeps taking his shirt off and going, "Look at my tits." and at one point, my dad was videotaping everyone, and my uncle went up behind him and fucking pantsed him, yanked his shorts down, and in front of everyone, my dad was there naked in front of the whole street. And that was back when Bike Week was fun. Like they would get wild. People were showing titties. It was out of control. And I guess at some point, like everything, it's just like how Vegas went from being a great place to a family-oriented place because they figured they could make more money because it got corporatized. After the mob, the worst mob came, Disneyland. And they realized they could make more money that way. Same thing with Bike Week in Laconia. And, no titties, families, everyone's like my cousin's like, "Yeah, you could see titties." And I was like, I can see titties online. I'm not going to see titties. I'm going just for the experience, And so I was like, oh, I'm going to bring my GoPro. This is going to be a real, over 25 years later, I go down with my cousins, as my dad went down. A family tradition. Except instead of drinking, we did mushrooms. And I haven't done mushrooms in a while. We drove down to one side of the lake and then took a ferry over. And we ate them, and the mushrooms started hitting me. And I haven't done them in a while. I forgot. None of us took a lot except for my one cousin, Brian, who took, he took too many. And it all kind of hits us at the same time, and me and my two other cousins are having a good time, and we're doing that thing where you talk loudly as if no one else can hear you. We're walking by girls, and I'm like, "Wow, look at the nipples on that one, just beaming." But I'm being very loud. This isn't in my head. This is not an in-your-head conversation that I'm having out loud, and I'm about to be thrown out of this family restaurant, Michael. We are about to be banned from Applebee's as I proceed to talk about that girl picking her wedgie right at the table across from me as if she can't hear me. No, it wasn't an Applebee's, but it was a family environment, and they were not happy with us. And part of that was because on mushrooms, you notice that everyone is looking at you. And my other cousin, I had that moment where you realize, oh, I'm fighting this. I am fighting the trip, and because I realized I don't want to be this fucked up right now. And you have to accept the fact that, tough shit. You're on the roller coaster, dick face. You're not getting off. And I fought it, and then I said, "You know what, Mike? Let it happen." And I did. And that's what you got to do, guys. If you're going to take away anything from this podcast, don't fight the trip. Don't fight the trip. It was a great fucking time once I gave into it. But my cousin Brian was fighting it. He was fighting it. I could see him. He said to his son, because his son is older, And his son was my other cousin who took him with us. He goes to his son and he goes, I'm having a real hard time. And his son goes, yeah? What do you want me to do about it? That's kind of your problem. And he goes, you're right. And he goes, he is right. That is the best line ever for when someone comes up to you with a bad trip is, yeah, what do you want me to do about it? That's your thing. I'm doing fine. Because it is. It's your fucking thing. It's not everyone else's problem that your trip is fucked up. That's your problem. So we get on this ferry and we're like, they go to the top. I don't want to be on the top. I'm a ginger. I go to the bottom, down to my cousin who's having a bad trip. And I'm trying to talk to him. Like, I'm trying to give him words of advice. And he told me later, none of it worked because my face was melting in front of him. And at this point, I'm having a fine trip. I am fully melding with the boat. We are sitting near the engine. The vibrations of the boat and its engine have tuned into my vibrations. Now I'm vibrating with the boat. Me and the boat are having a moment. I am merging with the boat. I am vibrating with the boat. We're on the same frequency. I am cruising the lake as one with the U.S. postal ferry that has been deemed the boat we're going to take. And my cousin is... I can see him having a horrible time. I can just feel the energy coming off of him of, I don't want to be this fucked up. And it's like, tough titties, dude. You're fucked up. Don't fight it. Don't fight it, man. And eventually he went upstairs and was like, oh, I can breathe. I'm not in this claustrophobic downstairs ferry anymore. And then I just get to chill by myself without that negative energy. And I'm like, oh, dude, this is fantastic. We get to Bike Week. And, dude, we get off. And, like, there's something when you're tripping where you leave one... The big thing with tripping, those of you who haven't tripped, is when you leave one area for another area. Right? Like, if you're inside and you go outside and you go, whoa, there's a world. You forget. You go, there's a world outside. And we get off that boat. We walk up the gangplank, and it is just... loud, it's bikes, so loud noises, wall-to-wall people, and we stood there for about 15 minutes going, what do we do? And finally we just, all right, let's walk. And man, it was, dude, the people watching was so insane. It was just, so for like all of like redneck northern New England, this was the chance to show out, right? There was some women who were there was some women who were good-looking women. I'm not going to lie. Some real stripper beauty girls. I was getting horny as fuck. So before we got on the ferry, I saw this girl who, something about her I found, I don't know what it was. I was drawn to her. I liked her energy. She had like a good energy. There was a positive energy to her. She was nice and thick. And I'm not just saying this because she had a fat ass. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Did that help her in my mind? Yes. Okay. So was it because she was sitting on a picnic bench and her booty was like separated from her body off the side of the picnic bench? Okay. But I genuinely found something about her that I was drawn to. She had class. I liked her composure. I liked everything about her style. She was classy. She was classy and sexy. And I'm not used to that up here in New Hampshire. I wanted to approach her so bad. If I had been sober, I would have just walked up and said, hi, how are you? I would have done it. But at this point, my face was melting, and I knew I was going to walk over there and just go, and ruin my chances. That was what was going to happen. And so I didn't. I just fucking didn't. And I've been kicking myself all weekend because I was in a trip. I knew it wasn't going to work. And I was at that height of the trip right before, like, you really get into it, like that phase where you're still fighting it. I always describe a trip as a roller coaster, man. And you have a phase where you're going up and you're filled with the anticipation and you go, I don't know if I can handle this roller coaster ride. And then once it happens, you just, woo, all right. Faces are melting. The world is wavy. And you just embrace it, man. You just get in there. Anyway, the best people watching ever. Tons of Hell's Angels and their subsidiary clubs. none of their enemies, because that would not be allowed. I found out what really kind of fucked up Bike Week was back in the 90s, I think it was late 90s, there was an altercation between a cop and the Hells Angels, and the Hells Angels beat the piss out of him, and it made the front page of some Boston newspapers. And I remember my cousins were up here, and some Hells Angels were at this gas station, and one of them ran out with a newspaper going, "We made the paper!" And after that, the cops were basically said, "We're the only gang in town. This is not going to happen." Anyway, it was great. I had a lot of fun. It was nice to see people out and about. It was no masks, nothing. People walking about, talking, shaking hands, interacting, it was the world again, and it was fantastic. But what was really great was you would see a lot of women who just, they should not have been wearing what they were wearing. There was just, it's like, how do I put this? You don't need booty shorts if you have a fupa. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care. If you have a back ass and a front ass, you gotta pick one of the asses, right? You only get one. You can have a front ass like if you have no back ass, go for a front ass. Do it. But someone is gonna invent like a double ass pair of booty shorts. So front booty for the fupa and back booty for the booty. Cause it was, wow. There was a lot of just meat, and not the good kind of meat either, just hanging out. And my favorite part, I took note of this, was when you would see families of whores. Just you would see like a hillbilly family you would see the mother, you could see the daughters and the mothers all went out, even the grandmothers dressed as skanks. They were all dressed as skanks looking for a man. And I was very tempted. I thought if I wasn't fucked up, I would come here cruising. I would come here cruising for a terrible decision to ruin my life over. Oh, It was intense, man. And I realized the best part about like trying to get laid or date in a scenario like this is if you strike out with the granddaughter, you can still try and fuck the mother and the grandmother, because there's only like a 10-year separation of generations. And they were all, it was so weird to see grandmothers, aunts, and mothers trying to out-skank the daughters. There were times where I would walk by a family and the mother was so fucked up, just stumbling around, catcalling men, and you could see the daughters and the nieces trying to get the mothers and the aunts and the grandmas to behave. I remember this one chick who was she was talking to biker gangs, I was like, oh, she's trying to get run through. Mama wants a train. And her nieces or whatever were telling her, please, can you behave yourself? You're making a scene. And that there is nothing more fun than watching the kids tell the parents to behave. I've been through that myself. It was a doozy. I'm going to put that up on my YouTube. I don't know if the video is going to be good, if it's going to be awful, because I was fucked up when I was taking it. Good times. I had a ball. Anyway, so after my trip, I wrote some stuff down. Some stuff that I realized in my trip. Because normally, you ever have a trip and you have these amazing, I'm sorry, Mike, what was that? These amazing epiphanies, and then they're just gone. You get sober and they're gone. And I wrote them down, and what did I write down? Oh, okay. Know you're a good person, right? Do you ever feel like so much of your anxiety is because at times you think you're a piece of shit, right? How often do you have anxiety because you go, I'm a hunk of garbage? I think most of us do it. I don't think anyone is like, I'm perfect. Because if someone did walk around going, I'm great, we would just go, you are a narcissistic fucking cunt and I hate you. Think about it. If any one of your friends goes, I'm the shit all the time, you'd go, I fucking can't stand you. And you would look for terrible things about them to point out to them. But here's the deal. How often do you think, ever have someone do a favor for you and you feel like a burden? You go, I'm a piece of shit because this person is doing me a favor or doing something for me. Right? You ever do that? I do that. And I realized, dude, just know you're a good person. Just think, overall, look, hey, do I do some shit sometimes? Yeah. But also, we're allowed to do selfish shit. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to put your shit first, right? It's not okay to do it all the time and be rude and mean about it, to do it consistently, but it's okay to sometimes to be in a relationship and say, hey, I want to make me happy. Okay? I shouldn't be doing this relationship for you. That's not good, especially as a man. You're supposed to say, hey, what's going to make me happy? Right? And I had that realization. Know you're a good person. Just sit back and say, don't have that, that anxiety that just sits. That's the social media society has created where, when you post something and you go, shit. Like, is someone going to give me shit over this? Right? That has infected how I view my own life. And I think that's infected how most of us view our lives, right? You ever just walking through life and you say something and then you're on the ride home and you go, dude, is that gonna... And you're up for 40 minutes, you took an edible and you're like, dude, remember when I shook my girlfriend's hand, I shook my friend's girlfriend's hand and I said, hi, what if he thinks I'm trying to fuck her now? And you spend 45 minutes going, dude, does Billy think I'm trying to fuck his wife? And Billy doesn't fucking care because Billy's having panic attacks over what he said to his coworker 2 days ago. And we're all just in a constant state of panic attack and anxiety and worried about being canceled. And that comes from not being confident in who you are. So know you're a good person. Just be like, hey, I'm a good fucking dude. I like me. I'm cool with me. I'm a rock with me. And that was my trip realization. Is that when you just know you're a good person, man. Just know I'm the shit. I'm a good dude. Overall, in the grand scheme of what I am I more good than bad? Yes. Do I still have friends and family that'll go to bat for me? Yeah. Well, then clearly I'm doing something right. All right. Good dude. Just know it. Know it. And don't fight it. Because that weird constant state of anxiety from social media has infected real world life. Where we'll constantly go, oh, dude, am I a burden? Am I, whoa. Nah, dude. You're fine. All right? Just know. So don't fight it. Don't fight who you are. Just be like, am I a good person? And here's the thing. If you come to a decision, as Marcus Aurelius would say, do what you do. Do what is good because you know it is good, and don't do what is bad because you know it is bad. If you come to a decision and you go, all right, I have a moral quandary, do the one that you think is morally correct and live with it. And if there's another choice that you don't like, don't fucking do it. It's that simple, man. And then once you do that, you just get to go, I'm a good dude. Know you're a good person. There we go. That was that. And, don't fight happiness. I realized this when I was watching my cousin fight his trip. Poor guy was fighting. He came out of it, but he was fighting it. And I realized happiness is just like a trip. Right? Have you ever fought happiness? Have you ever been with a woman who just makes you happy and you fuck it up? Right? Have you ever been in a relationship and you just fuck it up? Have you ever had a situation where things are going good in your life and you fuck them up? Right? Because you don't know how to be happy. The happiness is scaring you because it's different. You've been in a rut for so long, being an idiot. We're creatures of habit. You ever get in the habit of just being miserable? You get in the habit of working a job you hate. Get in the habit of being in a relationship that sucks. You ever get in a habit, just a bad habit, drinking, gambling, fucking whores, whatever it is, dude. You're in a bad habit, right? And then time comes and you go, I'm going to do something different that's good for me. And it feels weird and new. and you don't know what to do. The strangeness of it scares you. You're afraid of happiness, right? You ever do that? You try being happy, and you go, what the fuck is, whoa, what is this? What is, hey, I'm just sitting down with my family, and I'm okay? What the fuck is going on? Wow, I'm in a relationship with a woman, and I'm not insecure? I don't want to make her feel bad about herself to cover up the fact that I feel bad about myself. What's going on? Wait a minute. I'm not jealous and she's not jealous? What the fuck is this, Michael? Michael, what the... Whoa, I don't know. I should go out and cheat. That's what I'm going to do. And I realized happiness is like a trip. It's like that roller coaster. Just let it be, man. Let shit just be okay and don't fuck it up. Don't fight it. When you find something good, don't fight it. When you find a career that you enjoy, don't fight it. When you find a living situation that you enjoy, don't fight it. When you find a friendship you enjoy, a family situation, don't fight it. When you find someone who you genuinely like to fuck, it makes you happy, don't fight it. I've done that. I have found people, and I'll just be like, I enjoy being around her. She makes me happy, and I want to put my dick in her. And I don't just want to put my dick in her because I like that fat ass. It's cause she makes me happy. You know, I wanna cram you cause I like you. You make my penis and my face smile at the same time. and I'll sit there and go, I'll look for excuses for why we couldn't have a relationship 5 years down the line. And instead of just thinking, why don't I find some happiness right now in the moment? Right? Because I did that when I was getting sober. When I was getting sober, I would think, hey, why am I even going to try and stop drinking? And I know what you're thinking, Mike. Did you just say get sober after you told me a story about doing mushrooms? Fuck you. You know what I mean. Fuck you. I get so much shit for this. I don't care. I know I'm a good person. Fuck you. I'm sober from alcohol. I don't care. All right. I do mushrooms, what? Once a year, if that? I don't want to hear it. Anyway, when I was getting sober, I remember thinking, I can't stop. Why should I stop drinking? Because what happens if I go on vacation 5 years from now in Mexico and I want a margarita? I would make excuses for what I can't do now to make my life better because of some fake bullshit I made up in the future that might never happen. And I've done that with women. And I've done that with life. And I realized, shit, man, I've been fighting some happiness. I'm so used to being in a fucked up life. I'm so used to trauma, and I'm so used to not trusting that when it does come along, I fought it. So don't fight the happiness, guys. Life is a trip. It's a fucking trip. And don't fight the good parts. Don't fight it because it's different. That's why we fight a trip. Because what a trip on acid or mushrooms or whatever is it's a complete... We get in ruts. I go to work. I hate my job. I come home. I eat some McDonald's. I play with my dick. I go to bed. I wake up. I hate my life. I drink some coffee. Repeat, rinse, whatever. Weekend comes. I binge drink. I do chores around the house, and I never get to do time for me. And I never... My life is in such a rut that I don't get to sit back and examine my life and go, hey, I don't like this. I want to make some changes. And so it builds up. It builds up like a big, fat, pus-filled pimple. So instead of popping it when it's a little guy, you get this big, gargantuan whitehead, and everyone around you can see it, and they're like, Mike, what are you doing? To address that thing, you nasty... You ever see someone with a pimple, and you want to be like, dude, how has no one said anything? I know you feel that on your face, you nasty motherfucker. Go pop that shit. That's gross. Dude, I'm about to take one of your earrings out and pop that motherfucker. That's disgusting. Nasty. Sometimes I see that in people emotionally. I just go, dude, pop that pimple. You have an emotional pimple the size of Jupiter on your soul. Pop that shit, dude. And that's what hallucinogens do. They're basically an immediate transition out of your ordinary mental state into a different mental state. It's a trip because your brain it's like when you go away and you see the world differently because you go to a new place. And that's what happened. You go to a new place and you go, oh shit, this is bam, immediate mental transition. I'm in this new place. What the fuck is going on? And then you go, oh shit. And then it all comes at once. That's why a lot of people have bad trips. It's because you didn't pop that fucking soul pimple, dude, for 8 years, and then you take some mushrooms, and 8 years of fucking emotional pimple pus comes out at once, and you go, I hate my wife. I hate my job. I'm fat. I'm a fat fuck. Jesus Christ, my dick is small. What happened? I used to have a big dick and muscles. Where am I? But you need that shit, dude. You need that shit. And that's what it is. You go, oh shit. I could be happy if I let myself. All right? And I let go. And so don't. That was long-winded, Mike. Anyway, I don't know, guys. I normally. You ever have like a moment where you trip and you go, I figured out life, and then you sober up and you go, what the fuck was I thinking? Or that was nothing. I felt like I had something good and I wanted to share it with you. So don't fight the happiness. Don't fight it because it's different. Don't fight the trip. Don't fight happiness because you're so used to having a fucked up childhood or a fucked up relationship. All right? Because whatever, if you grew up in a situation where your parents were miserable and they had a shitty relationship, you don't know what a good one is like. So when you feel one, you might think this is unnatural. No. You were exposed to the unnatural your whole life. You're like a dude who was raised on microwave food, and then you meet a family that eats real food, right? Like vegetables and shit, and you go, what is this? A carrot? I'm not eating this. This looks like a penis. This is phallic and gay. And you make excuses. You ever done that? You ever just called shit that's good for you gay? I have. Like, what am I going to eat? Vegetables? What am I, gay? What am I going to be, healthy? What do I want to live and see my grandkids? Fucking, what am I, gay? Get out of here. What do I want to be? Dude, why do men, especially New England dudes, associate misery with being a man? Dude, you can be a man and be happy, okay? Fucking... What the... I just realized in my head I associate manhood with being grumpy and miserable. And I look at happiness as being gay and feminine. And I look at them over there prancing around because people love them. Bunch of sissies. Fucking Christ. Look at them over there. Look at them having sex with a spouse that loves them. Look at them. They can go away and not worry about being cheated on. Gross. Look at them. They're not worried about how they're going to pay their rent. You fucking fairy. Oh my God. Oh, dude, talk about the toxicity. Fuck me. Wow. Anyway. Dude, I was in Boston and I was visiting some friends, and dude, this was real interesting because I saw there were a bunch of Bruins hockey players hanging out in the bar I was in, and it was so fun to see, man. Because I was getting real tired of just being in a bar watching people get fucked up. I can't hang like that anymore, and that was why I had so much fun with my cousins. Because normally they drink every time they go, and because we took mushrooms, we could just walk around. No one had to spend a shit ton of money on booze. I spent way too much money on food. I ate a corn dog and a cheeseburger and some french fries and some pizza. Dude, I had deep fried cheesecake on a stick. I fucking, oh man. I basically had unprotected sex and a gangbang on a food basis. That's what I did, guys. Anyway, fucking deep fried cheesecake on a stick, and it wasn't. They refrigerated it. It wasn't fun. They should have just dunked the cheesecake right away and then had it all ooey gooey, man. Had it like a cream pie. Oh God, gross. Enough sexual innuendos, Michael. Anyway, I'm at the Bruins game. The Bruins games, dummy. I'm at this bar. There's 3 Bruins players there, and they're all young, dude. They look like they're in college. They have long hair, and I go, oh God, this is gross. I'm so old. And it was weird to me to watch grown ass men trying to sneak pictures of these people. Just, dude, let it be your own fan, man. Dude, just, I get it. Maybe you'd be like, hey, that guy's a good player. Good for him. But, and what was very interesting was, I had no idea who these guys were. I only knew who they were because someone pointed them out to me. And I go, okay, they're Bruins players. Good for them. But what was weird was to watch, as I'm observing the bar, at random points, women would find out who they were. All right? People would tell girls. You could see girls find out. Like, a girl would whisper to another girl, or a guy would whisper to a girl, and then they would look over in the corner, the Bruins players, who just looked like a bunch of bros. You would have no idea these guys were Bruins players. None. They were hanging out, getting drunk. They were betting on a fucking MLB game. It was, who was it? It was like the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know. It was Cleveland and some other trash team that doesn't matter. It was just a stupid, worthless game that they must have bet money on. That was the only reason they would care. And you would see women then look over, right? Women would look over at them and then take out their lipstick or lip gloss, because no one wears lipstick anymore, Mike. What is it, the 1930s? Whatever bullshit women put on their lips. I don't know. Bitches, whatever you put on your lips, that isn't cum, you know? Anyway, so they put on their makeup, and then they would look over at them and like grill these guys and wait for them to look at them and then make faces at them, make ooh goo goo gaga faces and shit. Or they would walk over and hit on the guys. Women never do that. Women never do that. Right? And it was very interesting to see it in practice. I remember my brother saying, well, it's because they want that money. And I'm like, dude, Bruins players are not, like, they're doing okay. But in the grand scheme of sports, they're not loaded. Hockey players are not loaded, okay? They are not, it is not what you think it is. They could make just as much off of some finance bro. That's not what it is. It's not the money, it's the social value. Women aren't necessarily attracted to money or power or any of that shit or fame. All of those 3 things lead to social value. Here's the deal. When those guys walked into a bar, other men looked at them. And when other men follow another man or look at another man, women want to fuck them. Because women want to fuck the alpha, or they want to fuck the leader. They want to fuck the man who has social value in the pack or the tribe or whatever it is. So that's where it comes from. These guys walked in and other people recognized them or gave them a sense of value. And that's why women put value on them. These girls don't watch hockey. They had no more idea who these men were than I did. But within seconds, they were running over there to fuck them. It's social value. It comes from social value. All right, now, can money and fame and all that lead to that? Absolutely. They all go together. But at the end of the day, women will fuck you for social value. That's why your confidence has to be supreme. That's why you got to be interesting. Have something going for you. Be the guy that other dudes want to talk to. Be the guy that other women want to talk to. All right? When you can get into a group and you can be the interesting one that people want to listen to, you will notice women's eyes turning to you. It's social value. Does the group value what you say? Does the group turn their attention to you? That's what it is, man. That's why being the quiet one ain't gonna get you pussy. I know that the hard way. Found that out very difficultly. I don't know, Michael. But to watch this happen, and it was interesting is I saw this one guy tell a girl he was with, and he was basically goading her to go over there and fuck him, which was some weird homoerotic bullshit. It definitely was. There's something, guys, there's something weird about a lot of you obsessing over. A lot of guys will be like, yeah, I'd blow Tom Brady. And I go, yeah, I know you would. Fuck you. It's not a joke, dude. That's fine. Dude, if you want to suck Tom Brady's dick, do it. But don't pretend like when you sit there and go, yeah, I'd fucking go gay for Tom Brady, that you're not dead serious. Because you are. All right? Shut up. There are so many men in Boston sitting around going, yeah, I'd get gay with Tom. And I go, I know you would. You're not kidding. This isn't a joke. You would suck his dick. His social value is so immense that you would fucking fillet him, okay? Cut it out. Just be okay with it. Yeah, go. Don't fight the happiness, dude. Don't pretend Tommy's dick ain't gonna bring you happiness, you goof. The amount of times with all the value you put on him winning a game, it doesn't make your life better. But good for you. Go fucking blow Tommy. And this guy was kind of goading the girl he was with to go over there, and he was like, yeah, go see them. Go talk to them. And here's the thing. Women will fuck social value men because if a woman fucks a man of high social value, it raises her social value. It's not like that with guys. I could fuck Oprah. Just doesn't mean anything, right? Guys will be like, you fucked Oprah. You know, was that gross? Be like, yep, it was gross. Be like, yeah, all right, cool. Whatever. You know, it's just, and they'd be like, that's nasty. They would shit on me. Doesn't matter. I'm still me. But when a woman fucks a man of social value, her value is raised. Because other people go, whoa, you fucked. You fucked Julian Edelman? Whoa. It becomes a thing. That's why that girl fucked Edelman and took a picture of him. Women will fuck a high social value man and then talk about it. They fuck these guys for the story. They had no idea who you were 3 seconds ago. But all they know is that you are a social value and that people in society pay attention to you. So they fuck you and it raises their social value and they get a story out of it. They get a story to tell their girlfriends, a story to tell other people. They get the story. Now, I could bang one of these bike week trollops. And even then, it doesn't even bring down my value as a dude. As a dude, you're just like, dude, did you really smash her? You're like, yeah, for whatever, dude. But if a woman fucks like a toothless hillbilly, you go, Jesus, Kathy, what the fuck is wrong with you? I thought you had standards. Like, if a woman dates a bum, she becomes a bum. Yeah, I'm sorry, ladies, but that's the way it works. That's the incentive. That's why your social value is your good looks. Like, I don't care what your job is. You're fun? There you go. That's it. And but that thing of the guy wanting his lady friend to fuck him. I remember being in a bar with a comic friend of mine in Brooklyn, and Hank Azaria walks in. Hank Azaria is a hilarious comedic voice actor. Also an actor. You've probably seen him in The Birdcage. He was in that show Brokemeyer, and he voiced, I don't know, about 80% of the characters in The Simpsons. He was Apu. Until for whatever reason he had to give that up. He just does everyone. He basically, just Google him. He does like everyone in The Simpsons. Amazing voice actor. You've heard his voice in so many things. He walks in, and I recognize him. And a lot of people don't recognize him because he's a voice actor. A very distinct face. And my friend and I go, oh, dude. And we're huge Simpsons fans. So we go, oh, shit, it's Hank Azaria. You know, and so at one point he asked him for a picture. I don't do it because I'm an asshole. And I was like, I don't want to bother him. And then I kicked myself later. And there's a girl with us who's a girl comic. And my friend keeps going, dude, we should get her to fuck him. And I go, what? Because we should get her to fuck him. And I go, that's just, why? And I was like, oh, dude, this is some weird vicarious, I want to fuck Hank Azaria shit. You're trying to get her to fuck him, and then afterwards you're going to be, how was Hank Azaria dick? That's what you're going to do. That's what that guy was doing with the Bruins. All right? Who tells a girl to go fuck another dude? You go, I walk up to girls and I go, you know who should fuck? Me. You should fuck Mike Bain. I heard that dude's got the dick. That's a storytelling dick right there. Anyway, it was so powerful to see every theory I've ever put into place in real life action in regards to a male's social status. Because guys, that's where it is. Be interesting, talk, have something to say, and be confident in who you are and what you say. Because that's how you do it, man. Dude, I used to do shows in Faneuil Hall, right? And then afterwards, after comedy, they would have a what do you call it? A cover band. It's just some terrible cover band. They'd go up there and the guy would jam out and he would play Metallica, but then also play Backstreet Boys. And they would just cover every cheesy song ever. And then afterwards, you would see this guy just making out with girls from the bar. They would kill it. And I was like, oh, dude, that's all it takes. You're on a stage in a room full of people and you've been set apart. And that's it. That's all it takes. Fuck, man, why do you think I got into comedy? There you go. Social status, dude. And obviously you can be a plumber and have social status. It doesn't matter what you do. You can have game no matter what you do. It's all how you hold yourself, man. Anyway, shit, Mike, you babbled for way too fucking long. Questions. Oh, so I did mushrooms, right? And my cousin, took a picture of a giant bag of mushrooms and put it on Facebook. And then afterwards, one of his friends wrote, oh, mushrooms, do people still do that? And I go, that is the most white girl thing I've ever heard in my life. That's just something that a woman would say, especially a white woman, is, because I've heard that before too. Oh, do people still do that? You ever have had someone say that to you about, I get it a lot for mushrooms, but just ever had that in general? Oh, I'm going to go do this thing. And someone goes, do people still do that? And it's literally just them saying, like, no, mushrooms didn't stop. They didn't stop growing. People didn't stop expanding their mind. It's just that this bitch did them when she was 20 or as a teenager, and then, I don't know, grew up and just never did them again, and then just thought, oh, when they say do people still do that, what they're saying is, I haven't done that thing in years, and because my entire worldview revolves around me, I just narcissistically imagine that no other human being would do this because I don't fucking do it. Oh my God. It is... whenever someone says, do people still do that? What they're saying is, I'm a narcissistic douche. And, yeah, I just assume that no one did it because I don't do it anymore. That's like someone coming up to me and going, oh, I'm going to go out and drink. And I go, oh, do people still do that? Is there still a multi-billion-dollar drinking industry? I didn't know because I don't drink anymore. I don't go to bars. Anyway. All right, questions. Here we go. I'm going to try and sneak this one in. I'm sorry, I babbled for far too fucking long. Oh, do you know what? Dude, I went into a gun store, dude. And you know what? I'm going to, fuck, do I want to save this? Fuck you. You gotta do your questions, Mike. You're gonna run out of time. All right. So question. I want to quit my job and move to a new state, but I'm afraid. Any suggestions? Here's my suggestion. Don't fight the happiness. There you go. I mostly covered this one. There we go. Nah, dude. What are you afraid of? Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Because I know what you're afraid of, because I've been afraid of it before too. What are you afraid of, man? What do you think's going to happen if you quit your job? We have been trained not to leave behind negative things and not to act in our own self-interest so that people can take advantage of us, whether that be someone we're dating or our employers or our wealthy elites or our society as a whole. We've been trained not to act in our self-interests. We've been trained to slave away for a job that doesn't give a fuck about you, that kills your fucking soul, that makes you work for long hours and no overtime. And fuck overtime, that ain't even enough. What is 1.5 times pay worth the exhaustion that takes away years off your life, or the stress that fucks up you mentally, physically, or your marriage? No, it's not. You've been trained not to do what's right for you. You've been trained through school, through media, through TV and everything else to shut up and put your boss's needs first, your a company's needs first, someone else's needs first. Put your needs first. Okay? What are we all afraid of when we're in a shitty relationship and a shitty fucking job and a shitty life? You tell yourself this: if I quit my job, I'm gonna be homeless. That's what we all think. We all think if I lose this job that I fucking hate, if I get fired, if I quit, I'm gonna be homeless. I'm gonna live under a bridge. Every time I've had a fucking shit job, that's what I think. I think I'm gonna be under a bridge. I'm gonna be eating. I'm gonna be one of those guys, one of those bums I see in the street begging for change. I'm gonna fucking lose everything, Michael, and my life is gonna fall apart. That's what I think. And I know you guys think it too. I know you're just like me. That's what I think. That was my fear from pursuing comedy. Was I go, what happens? And I go, I'm already miserable. Why don't I go be happy, dude? The thing I'm doing that I'm holding on to makes me miserable. Why am I holding on to something that sucks? That's like if you're dating a bitch and she fucks all your friends and you're like, I don't want to leave her. I might be alone. Well, fuck you, dickhead, because being with a woman who fucks all your friends is worse than being alone. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be unemployed. We act like being unemployed is the worst thing in the world. Why? So what? Work for yourself. Go figure. Dude, I was employed this year. You know what I realized? I realized I never took for granted nature. You know what? I remember this year, I was sitting inside playing a video game where I was, Zelda or Skyrim, and I'm climbing a mountain, and I go, Mike, you fucking dummy. There's mountains outside. You can climb a mountain. And I did. That's what being unemployed taught me. I learned more about myself being unemployed and what I want in a life than I ever did working my fucking crumb bum jobs. So what are you afraid of quitting this job? What are you afraid of getting fired? Huh? What are you afraid of, dude? You're afraid of being broke and homeless. You're not going to be homeless. You're going to be okay. You will find another job. Dude, you're going to find another job. Those dudes that are homeless, it's not as simple as I just lost my job. There's a million other things going on there of addiction and self-destruction. And the vast majority of people who are on the streets are there because they don't have any friends or family. Because either, unfortunately, in the small instances, they just didn't have any. Or more than likely, they pushed them all away through their negative habits. Okay? There's a long road to getting there. So what? Maybe you got to go sleep on your grandma's couch. Maybe you got to go sleep on your brother's floor on an aero mattress. Do it. That's how, dude, life ain't just always going up. All right? Life is like crypto or the stock exchange. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. It ain't all rising. So what? Get fired. Quit your fucking job. Although I recommend getting fired because then you can get unemployment. Don't quit. Just if you stop showing up to work, you'll get fired. Apply for unemployment. You know, right now you'll get the extra $300 for whatever 2 months left. Fucking do it, dude. All right? And maybe times get tough. Or if you're in a relationship, and you don't want to leave. Why? I've been in this, what do you think? What do you think's going to happen? Huh? I know what you think. You think I'm going to die alone. That's what you think. You think if I get divorced and I leave my shitty life and my shitty marriage, I'm going to die alone. No, you're not. You're not going to fucking die alone. Because you'll meet another person who got divorced too, who's like, hey, did your ex fucking suck? And you go, yeah. And you go, yeah. And then you go, I kind of suck too. And you go, I kind of suck too. And you go, why do you suck? Because I'm a raging alcoholic. And you go, I'm a raging alcoholic too. And you go, hey, do you want to be raging alcoholics together? And you're like, yeah, let's move to Florida or Cape Cod. And we can live with. Why do raging alcoholics love peninsulas? They do. Just like Upper fucking Peninsula, Michigan, raging alcoholics, dude. Shit, dude. All of Michigan, for that matter, dude. Alcoholics and peninsulas, man. There's something to it. And islands, they do. People on islands, to Ireland. The Caribbean with all their rum. Yeah, dude. Islanders love the English. People on islands, the Australians, Jesus. The Japanese and their fucking sake. Dude, I'm on to something here, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just around all that water. You know? It calms you down. So you're not like, hey, I got to run out there. You go, I don't have to worry about running to the horizon and doing new things. I can just sit here and get drunk. I don't know. But you're not going to die alone. The person you're dating, you will find somebody new. You will have another relationship. And even, let's say, or you might just realize that being single and not being cheated on is better and you're happy. Maybe you like being single. Right? You're not never going to find a job again. You're not never going to meet a woman again. You're not never going to make friends again if you move to a new state. You'll meet new people. You'll make new friends. You have a new life. You're not going to be happy. Okay? Now, maybe you want to move back because you don't have family there. That is something true. Family is different. That's the only thing you won't make new of. Well, that's not true. You could get a wife and make kids. Bam, there you go. Make your own. Whoa, here we go, Michael. Make your own fucking family, huh? What are you afraid of, buddy, about moving to a new state? Huh? Quitting your job, starting over. So here's the thing. You know, actually, I was just talking to a friend who is going through this whole process. And she was like, oh, I'm leaving, I quit my job. I hated my fucking job. And she goes, times are tough. And I go, I know they're tough. It's supposed to be tough. Change ain't fucking easy. That period, for when you leave a relationship or when you leave a shitty job and you're out there in the ether, in the entropy, battling the chaos of uncertainty, that is tough. After getting a divorce, that's fucking hard. After breaking up with someone you've been dating for years, that's hard. After leaving a job or a career you've known for forever, or a way of life, or a city. Let's say you've been in the same town for 40 fucking years, and you move somewhere else, that's hard. That's fucking hard. And the reason most people don't do it and they die miserable is because they're afraid of that period of difficulty. They're afraid of that trip, man, where the world is uncertain and things change, and you feel maybe I'm not who I thought I was, or you built an identity around misery and a job and this woman or whatever it is. Well, and now it's gone. All right. That hard part, don't fight it. It's okay. It's supposed to be hard. It's okay to feel fucked up. It's okay to be like, dude, I quit this job or I left this woman and shit, man, I'm fucked up. I'm out here pursuing my dreams. I quit everything to take a chance on my business. I'm gonna sell, I don't know, dude. Whatever. What do you want to sell? Bagels? Ball cap openers? I don't know. Fucking whatever you want to do. Do it. You're selling biscuits on the side of the road? Make some biscuits and infuse them with honey. Make the best fucking biscuits you ever made and butter them. Dude, get some like caramel butter, right? Or some cinnamon sugar butter, like at the Roadhouse. Oh, make some breakfast sandwiches, dude. Like infuse your biscuits with honey and then make a breakfast sandwich. Dude, you know what? I'm never going to do this. Take my idea, whoever you are. Go make a fucking shed on the side of the road and make some goddamn biscuits. I'll invest in you, dude. I will invest in you. But that hard part when you leave whatever it is that you were tethered to that you didn't fucking like, that thing you're going through, you have to go through that. And I don't know what to say to you other than just let it happen. Don't fight it. It's good. Don't fight the fucking trip. All right? We're coming full circle here, Mike. Don't fight it. Don't fight that thing. It's okay and your manhood is going to get fucked up. Dude, my manhood got fucked up this year. I lost so much confidence because I wasn't making money. I lost my fucking career. I lost part of my identity. I felt like a failure because moving to New York was an enormous thing for me. And I had to move back, and I felt like shit. And I was fighting it. I wanted my mojo back in the worst way. I was Austin Powers, and I lost my fucking mojo, dude. And I wanted it back. And it had to just come back on its own. Can't just force it back. But it will come back. As long as you're you. And if you're happy, it'll fucking come back 10 times over. So, to you, I say this, man. Quit your job. Go to your new state. I don't know if you're leaving behind a girl or whatever. Don't fight the feeling of being fucked up. You're going to be uncertain. And maybe it's 1 month, maybe it's 9 months. Whatever it fucking is. It's going to take time. Okay? And so what? So what if you go to sleep on someone's couch? Huh? Do you rather sleep in a bed with a woman you don't love? Trying to hold a marriage together for some kids that you're a terrible dad for because you're not happy? That you come home and inadvertently take your anger out on? Is that what you want to do? Sit there. You got your nice safe job. You know, you have the American dream, but in reality, it's your American nightmare. And you don't like it. And you hate your wife. And now you resent your kids because you think I keep this job just for them. I work a job I hate for my wife and kids, and now you hate them and you resent them. And you hate your house. And you hate your little fucking town or your part of the city or wherever you fucking live. Or suck it the fuck up, man. And be happy and have to sleep on someone's couch for a little while till you figure shit out. Maybe you end up sleeping in a mini. Maybe you fucking 10 years from now you're in a mini house, or you live in a trailer and you travel around America. And this is me. I go from I travel and I bang hippie bitches. And I got my dog, man. I got my dog and my gun. And I just live in my camper in the woods. I travel and I'm happy. And I don't need all that money because all that shit I kept buying, I don't need a fucking drone. I'm just dude in the woods, man. I'm out here. I got my gun. I got my dog. I'm not worried about no one's fucking yelling at me over pronouns and stupid bullshit. I'm not worried about getting canceled because I'm living life for me out here in the field. Out here in the field. I fight what is that? I fight what is... Jesus, do you ever hear a song so much in your life that you don't ever even think about the lyrics? It just becomes background noise in your brain. Anyway, that fear that you're fighting is going to prevent you from achieving greatness in your own life. You want to get social value like them Bruins players and stop macking hoes? Live the life you want to fucking live, dude. All right? And here's the thing. You can always go back. You can always go back. Chances are, if you leave whatever shitty woman you're with, you can go back to her. You shouldn't, but you could. Whatever, you can go back to your hometown. You can go back to your home state. You can go back to that fucking shit bum job. It's not going anywhere. You can't go back to these chances. If you feel like you should do something, do it. Remember what I said earlier about Marcus Aurelius? Do what is good because it is good. Don't do what is bad because it is bad. All right. If something in your mind is morally righteous, do it. If it's morally wrong, don't do it. If your soul is telling you, I hate my fucking job, quit. If your soul is telling you, I hate my fucking marriage, leave. If your soul is telling you, I hate this house, sell it. If your soul is telling you, I hate my fucking, any aspect of my life, where I live or where I'm at, do something about it. It ain't gonna be easy, motherfucker. Life ain't easy. Life ain't for the soft, okay? I know why everyone keeps doling this bullshit out here. I think it's just our current state of the world. Life ain't for the soft. Living's for hard motherfuckers. All right? So be hard. Put some balls in your fucking sack. Put a spine in your back and some shoulders on top of it. And be hard. Life ain't for pussies, dude. So man the fuck up. You got this, dude. You got this. Whatever, those fears that you think are going to conquer you. Oh, I'm going to fucking be homeless. You're not going to be homeless. All right? You got friends. You got family. You if you need to, you can borrow money. Grab a credit card. You'll figure it. You'll find a job to hold you over, man. Everyone's hiring everywhere nowadays. All right? You, no, I don't want to move and do a new place. So what? What? Can you meet? Did you meet people when you were a bum ass little kid? Yeah. Well, you meet people now. You go to your job. I don't know, dude. Join a fucking basketball league. Go fucking date some women, dude. Or if you move with your woman, then you have someone you know, and she'll make girlfriends, and then you'll make friends and whatever. You will put yourself out there. So anyway, I don't know, man. I've been babbling. Anyway, I hope that helped. So to answer your question, I want to move to a new state, and I want to quit my job and start over. Here's my recommendation. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Man the fuck up and do it. Is it scary? Yeah, man. Every single one of my family members was born in the same neighborhood since we came to America. When I moved to New York, you know how much shit I got? I had people be like, what are you going to do? To this day, I'm talking about maybe moving to Texas, going to Austin, and people are projecting their fear onto me. So what? It's because often they're afraid of doing something, and they're going to project their fear onto you. If you go and you succeed, they have to think, what if I could have done that? But if you don't and you fail too, they go, fuck it. I'm glad I never tried. You know? So do it. As fucking Ben Stiller said in Starsky and Hutch, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it, you fucking pussy. Fucking do it. All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was, man, I fucking rambled on this one. Thank you for listening. Any new listeners, thanks for stopping in. And back to next week, I have on a pretty fun interview. So thank you. Hope your fucking summer's going fantastic. If take a fucking trip, physically, mentally, whatever. If you ain't happy with what you fucking doing, change something. Because no one's going to fucking do it for you. Anyway, peace. With a hood, yeah.